When is the last time you put yourself first? No questions asked, no guilt associated with it, no negotiations that you had to make with others. You simply made the decision that you need to make yourself a priority, and you, in fact, did that thing. We have a hashtag here in our community. It's hashtag selfish first. And as women, we really do believe that we need to make sure that our cup is full before we can serve others. Welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be talking about mindset shifts that so many women in their 50s and beyond really do deserve to be able to make for themselves. This is a time when so much is changing for us. Our bodies are changing. For a lot of us, our minds are changing. Our lives are changing. Kids are growing up and moving out of the house. Maybe parents are getting elderly and sick and moving back into the house or moving into your house and you're having to care for them. For a lot of women, jobs are changing, careers are changing, relationships are changing. And if we are not in the habit of putting ourselves first, this is where so many women really start to feel the decline in their health, in all aspects of health, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So let's talk about what selfish first really does mean. As someone who has gone through all of the changes that, I shared with you, my kids are grown, they're doing their own thing. My husband's career has changed. I am a businesswoman who has gone through some changes myself. I have gone through some health struggles. I have really reinvented my entire life in this last decade of my life as a postmenopausal woman. And one of the things that I have really made a top priority is being selfish first. As a mom, we naturally put our kids first. It's just what we do, right? So we put off working out so our kids can get to school. We put off working out so our kids can go to practice. We maybe sacrifice some of our nutritional choices to please the family. We might make some career choices because we want to stay home with our kids. And so we have been really conditioned to put ourselves second, and it's very logical for a certain season in our life because we have different priorities and we have different responsibilities. But for a lot of women who hit a certain age or hit this new season of life called menopause, we can often be shocked when we really have the opportunity to look up and notice that the world around us has completely changed. A lot of our responsibilities have grown up and moved on. Or maybe your kids are still living at home, but they're adults now, so your relationship has changed. Your husband has changed careers maybe, or is retired, so now he's home all the time when you're used to having a home by yourself. Maybe you have stayed home and sacrificed a career so that you can raise your kids, and now you're like, what do I do with myself? I have all these resources, that I have all these skills, and I don't know where to put them, and I don't know what to do with them. And that can be a very daunting season of life for a lot of women because we don't know what our purpose is anymore. And our mental health can suffer when we don't know what to do. So the first thing I like to coach women on is to ask yourself, how is this working for me? And if your current situation is not working for you, that is full permission to start implementing some changes. The highest priority, in my opinion, that we should really work on is our physical and mental health personally, making sure that we are taking care of ourselves physically. Do you have any new physical conditions that you're having to manage simply because your hormones are changing and now you're postmenopausal? I know that was the case for me and for a lot of women in this community. We are trucking along, doing all the things that we think are healthy, and our health is doing great. And then all of a sudden our hormones change and all these health conditions pop up. For me, it was pre-diabetes. I was diagnosed with osteopenia, pretty close to full-blown osteoporosis. I had cognitive function decline. I had cholesterol problems. My colonoscopies weren't where I wanted them to be. I had a lot of things that I just didn't think I was going to have to manage, just simply because my hormones and my body chemistry had changed. So that was my very top priority, and I was very selfish about some of the lifestyle changes that I made to ensure that my health was going to be a priority for me so that I can stay active and present in my life. One of the things that I did was start intermittent fasting. That is a lifestyle that I still practice today. I made a lot of nutritional choice changes, and I've also made a lot of changes to how I show up in my fitness routine as well, all selfish and to accommodate the future version of myself that I want to live, and that I'm happy and healthy in the present version of myself as well. If you are in that same position, I do want to encourage you to do some research. In today's world, there's lots of places to research, some things that you can do. Even if you feel like you're living a very healthy life already, there might just be some metabolic things that have changed because your hormones are changing. And when you get really informed about what you can do to fix those things, it really is easy as long as you're making that a high priority for you, or like we say here, selfish first. Another thing a lot of women in this season of life struggle with is what to do with themselves now that their priorities and responsibilities have changed. I always say that motherhood is the job that I love the most, that I got fired from, and I have no real trophy to show for it. And that's pretty normal, right? You do a really good job, you raise kids, they become adults, and they're living their own life where they just don't need you in the same way. But for a lot of women, the empty nester syndrome, or that loss of responsibility you have for others, can hit pretty hard. I know it did for me as well. And so that is when I really started focusing on what my strengths were and my interests were. And I really took the time to settle in to the opportunities that I now had available to me, simply because I had more time and resources. The demand on me lessened, and so I was able to take the resources that I have, the experiences that I have, and the energy that I have, and put them into something that served me. And for me, that was starting an online business. So is there a place that you can go to serve or put yourself to use? For a lot of women, it might just be volunteering, it might be starting a new career, it might be going back to school. What can you do to fill your purpose in life? And it's different for every woman, but I do think that it is something that we need to take seriously, and we really need to make the mindset shifts, knowing that at 50, we have a long life to live. And for a lot of us, we're doing everything that we can to ensure that we have as many years ahead of us as possible. And we want those years to be good. What can you find for yourself to fill your time and to serve your life's purpose? I think this second season of life, or this 50 plus age group, is the most optimal time for women to really take advantage of where their strengths are, what their education and experience is, and really have an opportunity to put that to good use. The other mindset shift I want us to think about, and the other area that I really love for women to use the selfish first mindset, is in their physical fitness. When I talk about fitness, I want us to really shift our mindset to, how can I use keeping my body healthy and fit for the purpose of staying physically active and present in my life for today and for my future self? Again, so many of us are doing things and making decisions so that we can live as long as possible. But what do you want the next 50 years to look like for you? I know for me, I want to be that 80-year-old that's still running races. I want to be that 80-plus-year-old that can still get myself around town on my own. I want to be that 80-plus-year-old that can move furniture in my house. I want to be that 80-plus-year-old that can play with my grandkids in a park or go on a cruise with my family, and I don't want everyone hovering over me, afraid that something bad is going to happen to me because I'm a frail old woman. I want to be active and healthy and participating in my life, and that is really where we need to make that mindset shift about how it is we are physically showing up for ourselves. And are we being selfish first about it? Meaning, are you putting that time on your calendar as a non-negotiable appointment for yourself, that you are going to make time to move your body in a way so that you can continue to show up for your life? There's so much information today about strength training for women and maintaining muscle and the cardiovascular fitness that we need to participate in. And have you made that a priority for you yet? If not, I hope today's video is going to motivate you to move yourself into action. So what are some ways that you might be feeling today that your mindset needs some shifts. And in what direction do you want to make those shifts? I really think doing an inventory about how selfish you are about you should be the first thing that we do. Are you eating well? Are you managing your health? Are you moving your body? Are you putting your brain and your experience and your resources that you have to use so that you feel like you're contributing and that you have a purpose? We have an amazing community of aging women here. We have all age spectrums. We have all experiences. We have all scenarios here in our community. So if you're looking for a place to find women who are very like-minded and are interested in making the same mindset shifts that you want to make for yourself, and maybe they're just a little ahead of you and they're already in the process, I invite you to hang out here with us in our community. If you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button so you will know when I upload new content. And then always feel free to take a second to introduce yourself to our community. We have a very loving community here. Everyone is in the same boat here in our community, and we really do use our resources to help and support one another. So welcome if you're new. If you've been here with us for a while, please also leave a comment in the comment section. Oftentimes people are afraid to leave comments in the comment section because they don't want to be the first one to the party. So please feel free to always use the comment section. No, everyone is welcome. If you are a graduate or an OG and a regular here on our channel, please feel free to extend a warm welcome to all of our new community members as well. If you're interested in jump-starting maybe some health benefits for yourself and be really selfish with how you're going to be taking care of yourself, I do run an intermittent fasting for today's Aging Woman course. It is geared toward women who are transitioning through menopause, and I focus on our mindset changes that need to be made simply because our life and our body is changing. So it goes very well with what we talked about today. You can check the description box below and get on our email list. We have a course starting this Friday, and then it'll be open enrollment. After that, you can join in anytime it's convenient for you. And if you're interested in jumping into one of our mindset shift community groups, always feel free to reach out to me in the comment section below, or you can always feel free to email me and I'll get you information on how you can join that as well. We deserve to make these next 50 plus years the best years we have available to us. It is the time that we can be selfish first because we have already taken care of the business that we needed to take care of, and now we get to take care of us. Do not be afraid to be selfish first, because being selfish first or leading with a full cup is really the best way to serve others.